eligible for a PR bond, personal recognizance, are not the people that are going to be coming to the jails anyway. Nonviolent first-time offenders who are misdemeanants typically will be released in the field on a summons and complaint. Rarely will those people come into most of the jails because we are all suffering crowded situations in our jails. So we're very focused on those that we will accept and those that we will not. So nonviolent misdemeanor first-time offenders, probably the lion's share of those that are alleged to have been involved in that activity are going to be released on a summons and complaint rather than be booked
summons and complaint is like when I get a traffic ticket. I get a
exactly
traffic
like a traffic.
Here, I'm ordering you to come to court, and if I don't show up, then I'm going to be in trouble. But you don't have to post bond for that. All right, what if I kite checks? All right, I've been kiting checks. You catch me. I've been sentenced to that, so I'm not a first-time offender any longer. And I get released. I'm now on my second offense. I'm caught. You arrest me. I'm not a threat to anybody. I kite checks. I'm not going to beat up anybody. Can I have a personal recognizance bond if 102 passes? Well, because I'm not the kind of guy I'm thinking you want wasting up your jail space. I want real bad guys, violent bad guys there.
And there's always going to be that question as to who is a danger to society. I've spoken with a lot of police officers. To me, a lot of people say that the DUI people should be allowed. They're not dangerous offenders. But the fact is that we've got a woman here who killed 2 people. Well, it was interesting. I tried to go to Arapahoe County to get your statistics, Sheriff, but your website was not very user-friendly at all, I'm sorry to say. So I used Douglas County because I assumed that we could use some of their data as well. The #1 offense in Douglas County is drinking offenses, particularly DUIs, above burglaries, which was #2. And to me, those people are dangerous offenders.
I'm not getting an answer to my question, so let me see if I can tighten this up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If I'm kiting checks, my second offense, I'm arrested, does 102 say I can't get released on my personal recognizance?
I don't believe it says that, no. I believe that the judge will have the option still at that point.
What do you say?
Not my interpretation. My interpretation says that if 102 passes, anyone who is not a first-time, nonviolent, misdemeanor defendant shall go through a bonding process with the for-profit bonding industry.
All right, now we're getting someplace on this. This is something that has been strongly backed by the bonding industry, that is, the guys who put out bail bonds. And I don't understand bail bonds, although I love the advertisements. I love by the courthouse, you've got all those AAA bail bonds. Let me see if I understand this right. A bail bonds company is like a bank. They will loan you the money to be bonded out. Is that basically what a bail bondsman does?
Not at all.
Tell me.
It's like an insurance company. In fact, they're a surety. They're a surety. They are an insurance agent. And what they're doing is they're ensuring that this particular criminal defendant will show up for their court date.
And if not, they will pay the $100,000 or whatever the bond is.
Exactly.
All right.
And that's the motivation to make sure that defendant...
And the defendant has to pay that guy so in other words...
They pay a fee.
All right, they pay a fee and they get the insurance. They show the insurance card to get me out of jail.
Yep.
All right.
So they've got skin in the game now.
Is it true that these bail bonds companies, are you a bail bondsman?
I'm a general contractor and a real estate developer who is absolutely fed up with our criminal justice system the way it's going.
Where's your money coming from to push this? You had to put it on the ballot, which costs several $100,000 to get the signatures, and you had you're doing your campaign. Where's the money coming from? Is it coming from bail bondsmen? Actually,
no, it isn't. It's coming. This is definitely a grassroots effort. We had the largest turnout on a petition ever in Colorado, 173,000 signatures. This has been something that's been kind of thrown up there as a smokescreen. The organization that, and one of the things I wanted to ask the sheriff is, who is he representing today? And I see you here, you're in your uniform, and I'm assuming that you're on duty today.
Well, he's salaried.
I can tell you that a sheriff is always on duty, and as an elected official, I represent my office, and I represent the people.
We'll get to the long arm of the law.
Right.
Let's finish this side first. Is this, the criticism is, this is just a way for the bond dealers that everybody who's a second-time offender will have to go to a bail bondsman, and so this is something that's going to be great for their business. How do you respond to that?
And I disagree 100%. In fact, there's a couple of bail bond professional organizations that have come out against Proposition 102, saying it doesn't do enough to try and straighten out our system as it is right now. So this is definitely not, the media likes to chase the bail bondsman, and they like to make this a bail bond issue, and the sheriffs and the DAs and the the Attorney General have all made this a bail bondsman issue, and it absolutely is not. This is a grassroots effort led by 173,000 people, Colorado citizens.
And if I went to the Secretary of State webpage, where would I find most of the money coming from?
To be honest with you, I have not visited that site, and I could not tell you right now.
All right, let's bring it over here. The accusations that we'll get to the same question, but the accusations that the current system is failing. You had a very moving story about somebody who should have been put away, it looks like. He's claiming that this woman was let out because the system isn't working. Is the system working?
I think the system works well. We can demonstrate it time and time again. Certainly with any issue, you can bring up a poster child where someone fell through the system, fell into the cracks. I understand that. The issues that Robert brought up with the one photograph, that was tragic. And it was a very sad tragedy. However, we can demonstrate hundreds and thousands of success stories related to the current pretrial services programs across the state. In Arapahoe County alone, we've recently completed some research, and it's research that was not begun as a result of 102. It was research that was directed about 2.5 to 3 years ago. And that data shows that inmates that are on pretrial release status,
which
means that they have gone through an evaluation, and that judge has reviewed that evaluation and made a determination of the level of bond and some conditions of that bond that those individuals should be under. Those individuals that are part of pretrial release services are less likely to recidivate. They are less likely to fail to appear for their court. Failures to appear in most jails is a significant impact on our populations. But because of pretrial services and the conditions of pretrial services on that bond, we have less recidivism, fewer FTAs.
I'll give you the same question. It's interesting to see the coalition that's coming up against 102, and a lot of what I would consider guys who'd be tough on criminals. You've got the sheriffs, you've got DAs. Who's paying for your side of this?
Well, no one's paying for me. I'm here representing myself as the sheriff, as a citizen, and I'm representing the county sheriffs of Colorado.
And the taxpayers are paying for your visit here today, are they not? Your taxpayers,
my taxpayers, if you'll let me finish,
sorry.
The taxpayers pay for me to do a variety of things. That's why I'm an elected official. I'm elected directly by the people, and I am served the people.
But the Sheriff's Association has come out against this.
That's true.
Police Association?
Actually, you mentioned the coalition. It is a broad and very diverse coalition that opposes 102. The sheriffs, the district attorneys, the police chiefs, the attorney general, the defense bar.
The attorney general, John Caldara.
Absolutely. The defense bar have all come out together in opposition to this ill-conceived proposition.
Bring it back over here. You got a lot of guys here who I know are not easy on criminals. I mean, Jon Caldara being one of them, and you got the cops, you've got the sheriffs, you got the DAs, you got the prosecutors. They're saying this is not necessary. Why are they wrong?
When I started doing the research to come to this program, I had a cursory knowledge of bail, I had a cursory knowledge of the justice system, and I've just taken on an amazing amount of data in a very short period of time. And I don't want to be disrespectful to the sheriff, I don't want to be disrespectful to any elected official out there, but I have to tell you, there's a lot of ignorance out there when it comes to our justice system. And in fact, I think that Sheriff Robinson has been quoting studies that I could not find. You mentioned at your press conference the one that you had with DA Story, that the Colorado Commission on Juvenile Justice, Colorado Commission on Criminal and Juvenile Justice had a study out there that backed up your claims that Proposition 102 would be would be a detriment to the Colorado citizens. I looked back 3 years in their studies, and I could find nothing to back up your claim at that point. We've got a sheriff out in Mesa County who is quoting statistics that